Okay, so we are back in Oslo after an amazing trip to Hong Kong, and we thought we would give you guys a few tips and guidelines on Hong Kong and our experience. So I thought we would go through the transportation, how we got around in the city, the cool locations we visited. I think we can park here. We're actually out for a photo shoot. We'll park here. So transportation, locations, and also the culture, as well as, what was the last thing we were gonna mention?
Food, was it? No.
No, food. Transportation.
Economy.
Location. Prices.
Transportation.
I said that.
Oh, really?
That was the first one. And the fourth one is cost, probably. Like you said, prices. There must be. Okay, so we're gonna talk about these four themes and let you guys know what we thought and our experience of Hong Kong. We are here for a photo shoot. That's why we're just at this random location. How does the background look? Okay?
Looks pretty nice.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So yeah, we thought we would start off making these kind of travel tips videos as well, because we are traveling a lot and we have a lot of cool content. And we want to give you guys some tips and travel hacks when you guys are out traveling. So let's start off with transportation. So when me and Tommy went to Hong Kong, the first thing we noticed was that, or we heard, there was a really good metro system. But after a really long flight from Oslo to Dubai, and then from Dubai to Bangkok, and then to Hong Kong, we were kind of tired. So we checked out the Uber. First off, I got myself a SIM card. Everybody should do that, at least if you don't have data outside of your own country. So I got a SIM card, really easy to set up, much easier than many other countries. That made me have access to 4G everywhere wherever I went. So first off, we took an Uber, and we took the Uber from the airport into the business district. I don't remember the name, but we're gonna write it here so you guys know. That took us about 30 to 40 minutes. Yeah. And it cost us exactly 400 Hong Kong dollars. So 400 Hong Kong dollars is approximately maybe around 45 euros, I would say. It's not too bad. We could have got the metro, like I said, it wouldn't taken too long, but then we would get into the city center and then we would have to go to the business district. So 30 to 40 minutes, 45 euros. And after that, because we only had 3 days, we did a lot of Ubers, to be honest. We did take the metro system, and after getting a hold of it, first of all, I need to say we got ourselves an Octopus card. It's this card where you can fill up, and you can also pay at 7-Eleven and other places as well. So the Octopus card was really good, and the trips, one trip from one place to another, normally costs between, I think it's like 3 to 10 Hong Kong dollars, which is like €1 the most per trip. And that is really, really cheap, at least compared to Norway. So we went around with the metro, but if we had bad timing and we needed to catch the sunrise or the sunset, we did take an Uber. So an Uber was really good. We couldn't schedule it anytime before, but it was a lot of Ubers there, so we never had a problem. We also took some taxis, but they didn't always take credit cards, so it was easier to just catch an Uber. So for us, it was pretty good experience using the Uber, but also the metro system. But yeah, like, it depends if you're on a budget travel, or like us, we were there to do a video shoot, so we had to get the locations to just go for the Uber. So that was transportation. Long talk. Now let's get into the next subject, which is
places to visit.
Places to visit. So we got around with Uber and the metro system, and we went to a lot of different locations. We went to the basketball court called, I think it was, I'm gonna check that out. We need to check it out. I got it. It's Cho Hung Housing Estate, Cho Hung. So we'll write all the locations here as well. Tommy, you'll make sure that it's written here. So Cho Hung, really cool basketball court. everybody goes there, but we will show you some clips now as well of how cool it is, and you definitely have to go there. And it was packed, but it was still not too bad. I thought it was gonna be a lot of people and we weren't able to do any cool shots, but we actually got a lot of time, and I wish we could stay there for longer.
And it's easy to fly the drone there.
Yeah, it was really easy. Like, that's another thing in Hong Kong. You can fly the drone almost everywhere, or you can fly it everywhere, but you can't go higher than about 105 meters, I think. It doesn't really matter, so I don't think they're really looking after that. And if you go up to the next location where we're going to talk about, which is Victoria Peak. Victoria Peak, you can fly the drone up, and then you're already so high up. So we got some amazing shots there, probably the best shots we have ever got on a drone. So definitely you have to go there, and you probably already knew about Victoria Peak already.
And it's really easy to get up there as well, because also you can take the train.
Yeah, you can take a train. Let's just wait for this car to drive past. Yeah, so like Tommy said, you can take the train up, but we heard that it was going to be pretty packed if you do it in the midday. We didn't experience that because we took an Uber early in the morning, which actually he got us to the wrong location first. But then we managed to get the sunrise after all, and we took the train, the steep train, I don't remember the name of it, on our way down. That was a little more expensive than normal tram stations, but then you get right into the city center on the island side, and that was also pretty cool. So you have to go to Victoria Peak as well. Then I'm just gonna check out my notes. We didn't go there, but we heard that a Man Mo temple is an amazing place to go. We don't have any footage, but you should go there as well. But the next place we went to was Quarry Bay. So Quarry Bay and Yik Chung building is where they filmed the Transformers video. And that was just an amazing place to visit. Like, we got so much cool content from that place, and it's just awesome to see the buildings, how tall you can get buildings, especially when you live in Norway, when you have small buildings like this. That was an amazing sight, and you definitely have to go there. It's a classic photo place, everybody goes there, but still you should go there. Then we also went to the Temple Street night market. We didn't film anything there, but also, yeah, what was the name of the with the view, the skyline view from the mainland, watching over to the island side, the skyline view at nighttime. At 8 o'clock they have
light show.
Yeah, at 8 o'clock they have this light show, and you definitely have to check it out because it's amazing. And yeah, we got some really cool shots there at our last day.
For about 10 minutes, the light show.
Yeah, so that was really cool as well. So yeah, also one other thing you should actually is the south part of the island. We went there. We were staying with El Elan Hotel in the city, and then El Hotel South Side. And we're really grateful. We did a collaboration with them, so we managed to stay at their hotels during our stay in Hong Kong. So if you're going, you should check it out. It's really nice, especially on the south side, because there's not that many people going there, and it's just a really cool place with a lot of street art and buildings. We were kind of tired because we had been shooting like 3 days in a row, almost no sleep. So we saw them. We took a few pictures, but only with my phone actually. But if we went back, we would definitely go there to take some street photography, and also maybe for the For Freestyle collection, we could go back there and shoot some really cool street photos there. So the south side of the island you should definitely check out as well. That was just a few locations that we visited, but also going into the city and experiencing the culture is also really amazing. And that brings me to the next subject. Let's just talk about the culture. So the culture there, I've been to China not many times, but a few times, three or four times I think. And because I'm often there for work, and I'm not going to say too much bad things about China. I do like China, and it's really impressive, and I like it there, but also the culture can be kind of direct, and it's not like, for example, if I went to Japan, where they're more polite and they are taken care of their street. There's not that much garbage around. But Hong Kong was a little different. I felt like it was more Western, and it was more familiar. It wasn't that different from what I'm used to. Like in China, it's completely different, and you never know almost any brands when you're going into a grocery shop or stuff like that. So Hong Kong was better in that way. I felt it was more, or I've also been to cities in China where there are more Western, and it's products and stores that I do know. So it's just that when I've been out on the countryside in China, it's really different. So it might be a bad comparison. But Hong Kong was really nice. It had a lot of the same shops. The people there were pretty nice, and they were helping us. Almost everybody that we spoke to did speak English, right, Tommy? Yeah, at least most of them. So I think the culture was really nice. The food is good. It's, to be honest, Asian food is not my favorite type of food. I'm not going to put all the Asian countries into one, but I do like it, but it's not like my favorite. But still, it was a lot of good food, and the people there were really nice and kind. So yeah, that was my take on the culture. Now let's talk about prices. So it depends. I felt like some stuff was really cheap. Now I'm comparing this to Norway and also my other travels. We are traveling all the time, but I feel like the transportation, at least the metro system, was really cheap. It was like crazy cheap. But also the Ubers there was more normal and more what I'm used to in America. Maybe even a little bit more expensive than America. Definitely cheaper than in Oslo. We don't have Uber, but if you compare it to taxis and stuff like that, it was cheaper. So transportation was pretty cheap. We did have our hotel sponsored, but still I checked some prices. It wasn't too bad, especially being such a big city, but it is more expensive than many other cities around Europe. But compared to Norway, compared to places in for example like New York, it was I would say about the same. Don't arrest me, I haven't done too much research, so I'm just gonna take like what accordingly to what I've been paying in the past. So that brings us to food and drinks, stuff like that. That was definitely cheaper than back in Norway. It always is, or at least almost always is cheaper. But I didn't find it like crazy cheap, like when we're going to Czech Republic or to Poland and a few other cities. It's not that cheap, but it's definitely cheaper than in Norway. Like one Coca-Cola was maybe €1. And that's pretty cheap. Like in Norway it's €3. So yeah, that was just in the comparison. Yeah, so prices was not too bad. Hotel was a little bit more expensive, and I heard that real estate in Hong Kong is really expensive. So the hotel might be expensive, but the food, if you go to the right places, and drinks is pretty good, as well as the transportation. So that was 4 themes. We went through transportation, locations, the culture, and prices. Not too much research, more just our take. And yeah, let us know what you think of these kind of videos. It's a little different, but we thought we would also try to give back, not only show you guys the highlights of our travels, but also what we experienced, what we felt was good and bad, or just in general our take on the city. So we will make more of these videos in the future. Let me know if you would like more specific data, or if you would like us to talk more about other type of themes when it comes to travel tips and our take on the city. So if you liked it, make sure to give us a comment, like, subscribe, and see you guys in the next video.